Happy Sunday! Okay, so I am just wrapping up at the grocery store or playing with my thingy bobby. Sorry, I should have fixed that before I went live. So, and I had some things with me, and I just wanted to kind of see if I could share some things that maybe you don't know. Something for me that has been a long part of my journey. So I'll be 42 in March. And I have spent most of my 20s and 30s struggling financially, working 3 jobs. When I was a single mom with Joseph, I was literally sitting at the gas station making a payment on my credit card for minimum payment or $50 because I got paid that day, so that payment could count as a credit card payment and get the balance back under max balance. And then whatever was available, I would put in the gas tank and make that stretch for the week. I did the same thing with the grocery store and diapers, and just I consciously fiscal responsibility is something that I really cared about in some ways. I thought I was doing great choices financially. I end up, I'm still paying off credit card debt from my 20s and 30s, some of which, I had to live on for choices that I was in and where I was. And then just some things that I just didn't know because I was working 3 jobs and I was working more than 70 hours a week, and I just was go, go, go. I just wanted to watch TV at the end of the day. I didn't want to deal with what was sitting in my bank account or what I did. And so a lot of what I've learned this last 5 years, where things are changing for me financially over the last 5 years, is that it is worth it to take that time to slow down and really look. I didn't think I could afford the Challenge Pack bundle, and that was one of the things I told Jamie 8 times no for. And what it comes down to is I actually used my Target credit card to get a prepaid MasterCard to buy with that prepaid MasterCard products, right? I didn't think I had the money. But when I switched the shake for my drive to work, I found that I missed how much money I was pouring out the window at the drive-thru. I didn't do the math and see that $3 to $11 at Dunkin' Donuts added up to over $70 a week. I was spending hundreds of dollars a month at Dunkin' Donuts in the mindset of I'm broke and I can't afford to eat healthy or take care of myself. I was spending hundreds at one drive-through, and I was hitting 2 or 3 a day. And so the first thing that I want to encourage you is, if you're like I was, or if you have financial stresses in your life, my income's the only income in the house. We've had a cut in pay the last year in several different ways, and that can bring up some stress. We've had a lot of increase in financial obligations, like with Joseph's injuries in his mouth and needing to have braces and needing to have teeth removed because his adult teeth weren't growing in and the right way, and just all right? We all have things that come up financially, right? So what that really kind of I want to pay forward to you is, it is worth taking the time to pull up your bank account the last 30 days and add up how much you spend either DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, the grocery store, eating out. Take the moment to add it up and see how much you really are spending. And then I challenge you to look at it as I do have access to a lot of money. I spend $120 a week at Uber Eats. Oh my gosh. And celebrate that. What if I took that $120 and followed an $80 meal plan and put that $40 every week in a bank account, and at the end of the month I did something really fun for myself, I bought new shoes and outfits, or I saved it for a vacation, maybe you save that up for 10 months and you go to Disney, or you invest that back into yourself now that you know how much you're spending there. Or maybe you don't realize those little drinks or stops at the gas station are really adding up. I was looking at the checkout and looking at the drink aisle, and Monster and Red Bull and energy drinks, all those things. The cheapest I found was $1.50. Most of them ranged between $2.49 and $3 something per purchase. That adds up. Like over 5 days of doing that, that's a $20. And I would find it hard pressed to someone just to give me a $20 bill if I asked them. And I feel like when we look at in the moment, it looks like a small, it's just $4. Got a candy bar, I got a protein bar, like whatever, right? And so I want to encourage you to take that time, that it is worth it to one, you have internet, you have social media, you have, streaming capability, you have anything that you spend outside of, even just buying the groceries, and celebrate the abundance instead of telling yourself you can't afford it and you're broke. Because I think there's so much that I had so much, and that I was letting money leak out into these things I didn't realize because I didn't take the time to look at my check register or look at the receipts. And if this is something that you've not saved, I encourage you, take a week of receipts and just put them in your pocket, and then next Sunday take some quiet time and look at the receipts and add up what you spent and where, and see if there's some money that maybe you want to choose not to spend anymore, and how you could apply that to somewhere different. Because that was something for me that was a huge change. I saved over $5,000 a year just switching all the vitamins I was buying separately to Shakeology. And that's one of the things like I hear often is that like Costco or Sam's Club or Walmart and even the grocery stores now have protein shakes that cost half as much as Shakeology. And I am never going to spend my energy and time twisting your arm to change to Shakeology, because that's no fun for me. I will just tell you, for me, what I have found is, they cost half as much. Some of them don't have a 30-day supply. You get 20 scoops, so you're not getting 30 days. So how much are you really saving? Is it worth saving $25 if you're going to get 3 kinds of fake sugar, extra fillers, and not as many vitamins and prebiotics, right? Because that's what it costs less for. It's highly processed, there's fake sugars in it, and you're not getting all the nutrition you get in Shakeology. Also, I was tricking myself and thinking like I could do it better on my own. I was buying spirulina, flax, chia, all of which are in Shakeology, ashwagandha in Shakeology. I was buying separate pills at GNC, the Vitamin Shop, and the grocery store. But the pills were like, the vitamins were like $20 to $35 for one jar. And so I was thinking that's way cheaper than the $99 a month for Shakeology. So at the most, if Shakeology is the only thing you buy and you use the coach or preferred customer discount, that's $116 a month. That's $383 a day, $116 a month. I was thinking $30 is way cheaper than $116. But I never took the time to say, I buy that $30 at 3 different stores, and I was actually spending over $240 on monthly vitamins and supplements that are already in Shakeology. So I stopped buying those, and now that's how I save money with Shakeology. I'm off the prescriptions. I'm like having it as my daily vitamin, and it's added up every day for 5 years that it's really truly helped me. And so that's why I think it's the better choice than looking at the back ingredients and looking at how the highly processed items, like if you don't like Shakeology, some people don't like the grit taste to it. And that's the flax and the chia. I can look at my cup and see the chia seed. I double dog dare you to find a shake for half the price that has all the prebiotics and probiotics, all the fiber and herbs and nutrients. And when you shake it up and look at it, you can actually see it, right? That just doesn't exist. And so that's why I feel that's important for me. That $383 a day, breaking it down, it's like, I was spending double and triple that at Dunkin' Donuts, right? But it feels kind of weird to look at $116 a month. So that's the same thing I want to encourage you with snack bars. So you're like, oh my God, Jen, you bought Natural Valley snack bars. I won these. These were a prize. I won them. And they are super cheap. You can get them for like 50 to 75 cents a bar when you do the math. It's about 80 cents a bar when you do the math. And you think Nature Valley, its name looks positive. It says right on it, really big, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no high fructose corn syrup. So you think this is a really great choice. This is great. And it costs a lot less than buying your beach bars, right? Then what I want to encourage you is to look at the label. So this seemingly healthy option has 3 kinds of fake sugars and 4 kinds of oil as the first 11 ingredients. And if you don't know, if you haven't watched Alana's videos recently, or you haven't watched any of your nutrition program recently, maybe you need, the refresher like I do sometimes, is when you look at a label, whatever's first is what there's most of. So the fact that of the ingredients, corn syrup, sapphire oil, sugar, flour, rice, fructose, and rice flour and tapioca syrup and vegetable glycerin, those are the first, that's what it's mostly made of. Then we look at, what do you say this is? You're going to call it a protein bar, right? It's my protein bar snack. It only has 2 grams of protein. It is mostly, and less than 1 gram of fiber sugar. It is mostly sugar, sodium, and carbohydrates. So we think it's a good choice that saves us money, but in reality, if you eat this as your healthy snack, you are going to be feeding your taste buds processed sugars that are going to keep you addicted to processed sugars. You're going to be frustrated because you're not going to see the scale go down like you expect, because you feel like you're only eating this small healthy choice. And if we flip to the beach bars and we look at this ingredient label, this has 10 grams of protein versus the 2 grams of protein. This has over 4 grams of fiber, and it is comparable to the healthier snack bars that you can buy at the grocery store. You don't have to buy beach bars. You can buy healthier snack bars. If you look at the ingredients and you read the labels, this, it doesn't have any of the fake sugars in it. I'm not seeing any. The oil is the sunflower oil at the very, very 3rd row. And so if you look at your label, you don't have to buy Beach Bar. You can buy a different brand. But when you're comparing prices of a box of Beach Bars to a box of Nature Value, it's going to look like it costs more to eat healthy with the Beach Bar. But in reality, it's because of marketing. And they're trying to trick you with the front label and the side label to get you not to look at the ingredients and how this really would impact your health journey. So this, to me, is not worth it. It's not worth the $3, $4 for a box. And it's not comparable when you're comparing $4, to 22 to 30, depending on what you're purchasing the 15 box of bars for, right? So you can't compare them dollar for dollar that way. Same thing with, if you are drinking, and these are the last 2 things, and I'm going to let you go because this went longer than I thought. But our Hydrate and our Energize, our pre-workout, these 2 products are going to save you a lot of money if you're someone who's buying Gatorade or Monster energy drinks or Red Bull or soda. If you're buying any one of those drinks and consuming 1 or more a day, number one, they have unhealthy things in them that are going to keep you addicted to sugar and going to keep you addicted to that product, and it's going to spike your glucose. It's going to spike your energy, and then you're going to wonder, why can I not go to sleep at night? Well, if you're drinking more than 1 coffee, more than 1 Red Bull, if you're drinking those things to get yourself going all day, it's going to get you going all day. And then you're going to probably crave more sugars and more sweets. So you're probably going to have more of that caffeine and sugar boost. And then it makes sense that you can't calm down to go to sleep at night. And it makes sense that you're craving more sugars and you're probably not going to see the scale move as much as you want. And so I want to encourage you. I'm at Wise in Allentown. I could not find a Red Bull or a Monster or an energy drink that was less than $1.50. Most of them were $2.19 to $3.79 for one. And if you get Hydrate, which is our healthier version of Gatorade, it's $26 at your discount price for 40 scoops. So you get more than 1 a day for less than $1 a day. So you're going to be saving over Gatorade. It has more, I'll have to put the picture in the back, but it has more than Powerade or Gatorade in it. It has more of the electrolytes in it than the Powerade or Gatorade. It has quercetin, which is the like healthy ingredient part of vitamin C that helps you. It has magnesium. It has other things in it, and it's much cleaner and healthier than Gatorade, and it costs less, because if you make 40 servings out of this with your base being water, you're not going to get the extra fillers and dyes that you have in the Gatorades and Powerades that are of normal price, and it's going to cost less at having 40 servings at your Coach or your preferred customer discount. And if you're having the energy drinks more than one a day, you're going to save a lot of money by drinking Energize instead. One, it's vegan and clean. The ingredients are so few, it amazes me. It has, why am I missing the ingredients? It's so small. The label is so small. I keep missing it. But it has the quercetin, which is the active ingredient of vitamin C. So I think this is why in 5 years I've gotten sick once, and it was like the crazy contagious COVID guy, right? Quercetin, it has the green tea and coffee bean extract in it, organic cane sugar, and natural lemon flavor. It has magnesium and potassium, and then that's all. And so you can drink this before you work out. It helps if you get a tingle sensation, it means that it's working. It's sending blood to your blood vessels that don't usually get blood. And it's by maximizing your blood flow that it gets oxygen to your body, and that's what helps you give more energy. Whereas caffeine or coffee is a stimulant of just making your heart race. It's not actually maximizing and truly waking you up like something cleaner like this. And at your customer price, it's $37.46. Your preferred customer Coach price, $37.46 for 40 servings. So that's almost a dollar. It's less, it's just under $1 a day, right? So you're saving money over anything else, but also you're having healthier ingredients, and you're going to not have those same addictions and things that come along with the others. And you can drink this as a pick-me-up in the afternoon, not only as a pre-workout. So you can mix this in. I love mixing this with green tea or a lemon bevy and just having like a little pick-me-up and fiber in the afternoon. So I hope this was helpful. And like I said, even if you don't buy Beachbody's products, just being aware of looking at the back of that label and saying, okay, is it worth buying these protein bars at 10 for $10, or would this just have me want more cookies and more chips and going to take me down a silly rabbit hole? If I could, I would totally take on all the yogurt and snack bar kids advertising, because it hurts. It sincerely, I feel frustration and anger when I look at the yogurt for kids and when I look at the snack bar for kids. Because if you look at the label, and again, a refresher of rewatching your To Be Mindset or rewatching your Portion Fix so you can look at the labels and understand what you're looking at. But if you look at the label, the sugar is 3 or 4 times as high as the protein. And when you're buying yogurt, you need to have the protein be the highest part on the back metrics. And the fact that we market it like a healthy thing for kids to eat yogurt when all they're just getting is sugar and addiction and dyes for colorings, it just breaks me. It makes me I really do feel upset towards that. So I want to encourage you. I personally prefer the pints or the quarts of the store brand plain Greek yogurt. If I feel like I need something extra sweet, I use either honey or I put some maple syrup on it, or even better, fresh fruit, and make it sweet, make it enjoyable. I just love how Joseph just loves fresh fruit now, because fruit has such a great balance of nutrients and fiber and healthy sugar paired all together, and then mixing it with the protein, again, a To Be Mindset tip, that's going to help the energy from the sugar and the protein last longer when you pair those together instead of having just one at a time. So again, I thank you. If you hung out with me, thank you for listening. I'd love to, hear your questions or your shares below. Maybe an opportunity to re-listen to Be Mindset or Portion Fix, like a refresher for yourself. Or if any of this was helpful for you, like if you didn't realize you could spend less than buying Gatorade or energy drinks by buying Energize and Hydrate. And then the second trick is to actually drink it instead of continuing to go through that habit cycle of every time I go to the grocery store, I buy Gatorade. I used to have to buy soda every trip. It was like on my grocery list in my cart as a first thing. Walk in, put the case of soda, so it takes some effort to change those habits, but I want to encourage you, it's going to lower your debt. It's going to lower how much you're spending. You're going to have more money in the bank that you can pay down debt or you can add to your savings by cutting some of these things out, and just encourage you to take the mindset of how great can I feel having more money in the bank, having a healthier feeling. Think about how you feel after you eat one bar versus another, or after you drink a sugary drink versus you have a healthy day of drinking water and Shakeology, and compare how it feels and is it worth it. So I'd love to hear if this was helpful or what questions you have, or maybe something I don't. Share it in the comments. Let us know what to stay away instead of I say this in a delicate way, instead of being fooled by the healthy label and the healthy things they tell us it's in it, what can we learn from flipping it over on the back? So I hope you have a spectacular Sunday, and I will see y'all later. Bye.